Good afternoon, assalamu alaikum, and welcome to Sports Extra. I'm your host Ahmed Nawaz with the latest roundup of sports today. Let's take a look at what we're discussing on the show with the lineup for today. We're going to be starting off with football, all the latest of transfer news and postings, of course, in football. Now we're going to be starting off with Robert Lewandowski, who has now completed his move to Barcelona. He has officially joined there as well. Also put out a tweet. Also Chelsea completing Koulibaly deal as well. Manchester United have confirmed Lisandro Martinez deal, and Paulo Dybala is all set to join Jose Mourinho's Roma. So a lot happening in the world of football throughout, but I think Robert Lewandowski joining Barcelona is one of the biggest moves that is being highlighted so far. And then, of course, English Premier League also hanging on to certain transfers. Then, of course, cricket. The first test between Pakistan and Sri Lanka at the Gol Cricket Stadium. Pakistan looks in a solid position now. They need another 120 runs to win. They still have 7 wickets in hand. Abdullah Shafiq scored a fantastic century. Babar Azam scored 50. Unfortunate that Babar was out on the last couple of overs of the day. Very tricky dismissal there. But so far Pakistan look in control. And the key is to keep wickets in hand tomorrow. Sri Lanka have already taken the new ball. So I'm pretty sure that Pakistan, inshallah, will be able to chase this target down. After that, from the world of cricket, Ben Stokes has announced his retirement from one-day international cricket. He's going to be playing his last ODI against the Proteas. 3 formats are unsustainable for me, said Ben Stokes. And Nasir Hussain said that it is disappointing to see a player retiring from one international cricket at 31 years of age. But then again, the workload and everything involved needs to be put into perspective. And then for the West Indies as well, certain names have announced their retirement, including Lendl Simmons, and also former West Indies captain Dinesh Ramdeen has also retired at the age of 37. Both players won the T20 World Cup with the West Indies. That's the lineup that we've got for the show. We'll be starting off with football, of course, and to discuss this further, we've been joined on Sports Extra by sports expert Ali Mehdi. Assalamu alaikum, Ali, how are you?
Walaikum salam, I'm very well, thank you.
Thank you for joining us. Now, before we begin, let's have a look at a report that we've got regarding the transfers that we're going to be talking about. And of course, like I said, Robert Lewandowski, the big one, and then we'll come back.
Robert Lewandowski has moved to Barcelona for a fee in a region of £42.5 million, having had 1 year remaining on his contract with Bayern. Lewandowski has credited the Barcelona head coach for his decision to join the Spanish club from Bayern Munich, describing the former midfielder's ideas and methods as the basis for an amazing future at Camp Nou. The 2-time FIFA Men's Player of the Year has reportedly agreed a 4-year deal, whereas Kalidou Koulibaly is the second player to join Chelsea this summer. The defender arrives from Napoli and has signed a 4-year deal at Stamford Bridge. Koulibaly made over 300 appearances for Napoli, being named in the Serie A Team of the Year on 4 occasions, as well as being named the best defender in Italy in 2019. On the other hand, Manchester United have reached agreement with Ajax for the transfer of Argentine international defender Lisandro Martinez. Martinez can play in defence and in midfield, which are both areas of the squad that Ten Hag is keen to strengthen. Martinez made 118 appearances for the Dutch champions after joining the club in 2019. Paulo Dybala will soon become a Roma player for the next 3 seasons on a deal that will see him earn €6 million per year in Serie A. Roma coach Jose Mourinho was one of the major factors in making the deal happen, as the Portuguese has called the player repeatedly.
There you have it, all you need to know about these transfers. Ali Mehdi, your comments first of all. Robert Lewandowski, a prime player, I think a solid goal scorer when it comes to his career at Bayern. But how do you see this move first of all?
Coup by Barcelona. I really do think it's a major coup by them. Look, Robert Lewandowski has showed his desire over the past 1 or 2 years that he wanted a new adventure. He wanted to leave from Bayern, wanted to go.
Ali, can you hear me? We're having trouble. We'll try to get Ali Mehdi back with us online. Ali Mehdi, can you hear me? Well, the line seems to be not there anymore. We'll try to get him back. But like we said, that Robert Lewandowski, a phenomenal career. When we talk about him, I think it's a big move when we talk about him going to Barcelona, because certain players you expect to stick with their side, in the twilight of their careers as well, and everything that you need to know. But one thing is for sure, that Barcelona is looking at a new era as well. If you just talk about Bundesliga, he's been absolutely phenomenal with the amount of goals. In last season alone, scoring 35 goals. In the previous season, in 2020-21, 41 goals. In the 19-20 season, 34 goals. 18-19 season, 22 goals. 29 in 17-18, 16-17, 30. 15, 16, 30 goals and 14, 15, 17 goals. So I think 20 goals per season has been an average for him. And then, of course, talking about the Champions League, a lot of goals there as well. Club World Cup, the Super Cup, International Champions Cup, MLS All-Star for a year 2014 there as well. Phenomenal. But I think the fact is that Barcelona seems to be probably looking at these plans as well. And of course, he's also credited the amazing Xavi for his move to Barcelona as well. Ali Mehdi is back with us online. Yes, Ali.
Yes, like I was saying, I think it's a massive move for Barcelona that they've actually gotten the services of Robert Lewandowski. Look, Robert Lewandowski's head hasn't been there for the past 1 or 2 years. He wanted to go to fresher pastures too. He needed a new adventure too, and for him to team up with the Xavi's tiki-taka type of football too, I think is excellent for him and for the club too. And he'll be partnering with Aubameyang, who used to play with Borussia Dortmund. So I think this is a new era, new beginning for Barcelona. Not to forget that they've been going through tumultuous times for the past 2 years. I genuinely think now Xavi is getting a side over there which can actually challenge for La Liga. Something they haven't done for like 2 years, for 3 years now. So I think it's massive for them, and I think that Lewandowski is going to do extremely well, knowing his goal-scoring pedigree back in Borussia Dortmund and Bayern Munich. He's conquered the German league. He's going to conquer La Liga.
Well, he certainly is, and that is what is expected as well for a player of this caliber. Wherever he goes into the league, he's bound to succeed and perform. But moving on, Ali Mehdi, talking about the English Premier League, which has been in the highlights for all the transfer news and everything. Lisandro Martinez coming to Manchester United. Looks like Ten Hag has got a very definite set of plans he wants to implement.
Well, he doesn't call him Couture of Amsterdam for no reason. Look, Lisandro Martinez is a player who's worked with very closely. He's a top defender for Argentina. He's part of the World Cup squad, which will be most probably will be in the plans for Argentina going for that World Cup in November in Qatar. So he's a massive recruit for Manchester United. Manchester United, we know over the past few years they've been suffering in that area of defense, and this is something Ten Hag knows very closely. He knows he's a complete defender. He knows he's a very physical sort of player. He's going to bully strikers. He's going to add some stability to that defense. So I think it's a massive move for them. I think slightly pricey in the form of 57 million pounds, but then Harry Maguire costed about 80 million pounds too. So I think it's an excellent deal, and I think he's going to drift straight into that centre back position with one of the Manchester United defenders. So excellent signing.
Ali Mehdi, not much has been said about Arsenal and plans of Arteta. What would you like to add?
I think they've done extremely well. They signed Jesus too. They have some other plans, other players who they want to sign. So they are also making a move in the transfer market too. And I think if they can add probably that midfield area too, add that creative area, and get a defender or two, I think they've also got a very good chance of actually challenging, for those Champions League places going forward. But they need to make the move quickly because look, there's a lot of transfer activity, and the quicker the better it is for each and every club.
Definitely it is, and of course we know that these news will keep on circling until season starts. Thank you very much, Ali Mehdi, for being with us on Sports Extra. Now moving on from football to cricket, and a lot of things to discuss on cricket, and we've been joined in studios by cricket commentator and expert Asif Ahmed. Assalamu alaikum, sir. How are you?
Walaikum assalam. I'm good, Ahmed. Thank you.
Great to have you on the show. Now the test match, first of all, a pretty nervous day yesterday, but today, of course, a bit disappointing. Babar got out in the last couple of overs, but Pakistan is still in a good position.
Yes, courtesy a tremendous start from from Imamul Haq and Abdullah Shafiq. The way they have started, a very solid start for Pakistan cricket team, and of course that this was missing in the first innings, and everyone was talking about that why our batters are not applying nicely against the spinners. And in this, nothing wrong with the batters, in this, especially if you talk about last three session really improved Pakistan cricket batting, especially Abdullah Shafiq. Why we are talking about, because in Pakistan when he played against Australia, everyone was saying yes, he played nicely, but the pitches are really supportive for the batters. In Sri Lanka, it was not like that, and in first innings, Pakistani batting was really collapsed. Only Babar Azam stood, scored century, and it was a fantastic innings from Babar Azam. Now Abdullah Shafiq is in good condition, looks very confident, and as you said, that in our last couple of programs, that the batters, they should wait and just play close to the body, and this is what Abdullah Shafiq has done today. Once again, there was disappointment from Azhar Ali, and people are talking about that this is the time to tell him that thank you very much, but I think that some people want, and they want to finish his career with the 100 test matches. So either he'll go with the good finish, remarkable finish, or he'll go with the ordinary finish as he played today. Ahmed, you also played cricket. You know that whenever a spinner coming up with straighter delivery, with a bit flight like Prabhat Jasuria, is in good touch. But do remember that he's Prabhat Jasuria. He is not Murli Dharan or Herat. He has started his career right now. Yes, his start is really phenomenal, remarkable, extraordinary, but you got the quality, and you're playing almost, you have played almost 100 test matches, and you're going on a little flight delivery, and he has deceived you, and you went for a full shot. I'm not any clue that why Azhar Ali is not in good touch. There is no pressure on him. Why you are taking pressure? Just play your natural game. If it's your natural game, then there's a question mark.
Imamul Haq's decision, that was given, that he was out, his dismissal is being discussed a lot. What would you like to add as an expert?
Being a cricketer, you should go with the sportsman spirit. Yes, it was out because umpire has declared. So people are
well, let's figure this out further, because I think this was the most debated argument since the day started, and we'll have a know about this as well. We've been joined on Sports Extra by former Test cricketer, ICC match referee, also part of the PCB management in every role. But so it's a technical thing that we want to know, and always is the right man to go to. Colonel Noshad Ali. Assalamu alaikum, sir. Welcome to Sports Extra.
Wa alaikum assalam, Ahmed. Thanks very much.
So first question about Pakistan's position so far. They're in a very good position, but the most important one is the decision to give Imamul Haq out. It's being debated a lot on social media.
Well, I think if you look from the technical point of view, the decision umpire made in the test match after the consultation is final. I mean, we can, of course, see pros and cons, but certainly is given out, it will be counted that way. And Pakistan, as far as the Pakistan is concerned, despite that decision, I mean, Pakistan is not pretty happy about it. But Pakistan is concerned that they have done extremely well. And if you want to, I like to mention Abdullah Shafiq. Will it be okay? So,
yes, sir, please.
Abdullah Shafiq, I think, is a new star emerging as an opener. I mean, I have not seen few youngsters playing so very confident on a dusty, turning pitch and classical spinners in such a confidence way, the way the youngster played. Absolutely marvelous. I mean, he was the one who took the Pakistan team out of the trouble, and I think now Pakistan is standing at a place where they can get the victory. But certainly 100 runs on this pitch on the fifth day will not be an easy task, and they have to sit down again tomorrow morning and work hard. And what I'll say about the Pakistan's batting, I think this is the best batting I have seen on a dusty pitch, on a puffing pitch. And I think probably on the fourth day, in just before the lunch and sometime after the lunch as well, it was a good bounce coming up. Otherwise, this pitch is good for spinners in all respect. And I think you have seen already the result. The Sri Lankan, they beat Australians on the similar condition in Sri Lanka. So Pakistan is in a good position. Pakistan should sit down. I mean, 7 wickets on this pitch could not be that easy to get the 100, 120 runs. So it has to be start again where they finished today. Yes.
Definitely, that is the case. Asif, what would you like to add about the Sri Lankan bowling lineup? Very disciplined. We talked about this yesterday as well. And the fact is that even they're a new unit, the way they got Babar Azam out as well, very skillful, very technically into the game.
Yes, that's right. You know that they got the legacy of spin bowling when we talk about that. And in this match specifically, if we talk about that, they have just targeted the right length. That's it. And you know, if you talk about the first innings, the way they got out Azhar Ali, the way they got out Salman Ali Agha, the way they got out rest of the batters, apart from Rizwan, because it was a very loose delivery and Rizwan was not able to fix that for the boundary. The rest of the wickets were they were so good, and especially Prabhat Jasuria. Why we're talking about him? If you see his stats today, the way he's coming up, I mean, if you're not taking wicket, does not matter. Do not lose confidence and just concentrate on your line and length. And this is what Prabhat Jasuria is doing actually, and that's why he has taken 2 wickets once again. You know that there's a debate about the Imamul Haq's stump out or not. So you have started that, and I have seen on the Twitter as well. But I'm pretty much sure that if umpire has given out, yes, thank you very much, yes, and be brave and accept that. I mean, yes. And this is the part of the cricket. Rest now the great batter, like if you're taking out Babar Azam, he's in good form
At a very crucial moment of the game.
At a crucial moment. If you see the length, actually the same length where Babar is picking boundaries on the back foot, going and pulling in the mid-wicket area, or even in the hitting the straight with the straight bat. So he got that length, and after that, when he checked out that this is the length where Babar is making runs, we are leaking runs, and they got the wicket on the same place. So I think the Sri Lankan spinners are really marvelous. They're really doing really good job.
Sir Noshad, what would you like to add about the Sri Lankans now? Because even though there have been certain things with senior players leaving and everything happening, but they look like a very mature side as far as their tactics and plans are concerned. And as far as the spinners are concerned, very disciplined bowling from them.
Well, I think they have got some good backup support. I mean, the youngsters, whoever they are coming up well. They are doing extremely well. And I'll just add this: the next test about Pakistan has already, Sri Lanka has already decided will be at the Gale as well. I mean, that indicates that their homework is being already done. They want to play another spinner track, and they want to put Pakistan again in the same similar condition as they are doing it today. But certainly Sri Lankan have come up well. They have come up so wonderfully against Australians, and now they are doing so against Pakistan as well. One thing is missed. I mean, Tamanna Vas used to be there. There are quite a few other fast bowlers Sri Lanka used to have, but that battery of fast bowlers they are missing now. They're not coming in that way as it used to be before. Let's say Malinga and all that. Now spinners are coming up. They are using them effectively. I mean, if you look at the second new ball, I mean, a spinner bowling almost a ball at about in swinger moving into the air, but certainly this track at Gale is good for the spinners, and I think they have taken a good decision for the next test as well. Now, from the Pakistan point of view, if you look at it, Pakistan team certainly is settled down. I was very pleased to see the Pakistani batsmen just playing late on the spin. They're coming onto the ball sometime, and then using the steps and then coming out and hitting overhead for 6 or 4 runs. That was all indicative that Pakistan batting is matured enough, and I think they have taken good decision to include the newcomer so that they get the foothold in the Pakistan lineup as well. Pakistan was already badly in need of a middle order line to help out the openers, the Babar Azam and everybody. Now, what about Babar Azam dismissal? Yes, of course, on a track like this. I mean, if you look at the pitch of the ball, it did not fall on the rough. It did not fall on the soft portion. But how come it turns so much? That indicates that there must be something wrong somewhere. Maybe a small stone made all the difference, and Babar could control his shot, control and could not go for the full spin, and that turned so much that it uprooted the Babar Azam system. That was marvelous bowling from the Sri Lankan point of view. I think it's going to be a very good match. If I sum up like this, it will be that Pakistan. This is a wonderful test match from test cricket point of view. It is a real battle between bat and the ball as well. The spinners, the bowlers, and of course the batting side on the both the sides. They are, chasing 342 on a turning pitch. If that Pakistan could do, that will be a big achievement for Pakistan. Yes.
Asif, what should be the key tomorrow now? 120 runs, 7 wickets in hand. The new ball has been taken by Sri Lanka. So what should be the case for Pakistan?
It's very simple. Ahmed, see, as we are discussing, Pakistan played today very well, especially Abdullah Shafiq, yes, Imam. And now Abdullah Shafiq has been really set, scored a century. Now I want to see him to finish the game as well. So I think whenever you're playing with the merit only, that as Karnal Sahib is saying, that playing close to the body and just looking and not going across the line. So there is no need to be in hurry. Just focus on that. You have enough time. 120 runs, 122 runs. So I think plan session by session. There is no need to hurry that we'll finish before the lunch. Whenever you are going, any sort of, if you have planned, do not take easy. Just go with your plan. And I'm quite sure that the players like Abdullah Shafiq, Rizwan, I think that I want to see both of them to finish this game.
But almost last recognizable pair, because then of course it's Salman Ali Agha, Mohammad Nawaz can bat a bit, yes, and then
that's why I'm saying that I want to see both of them to finish this game, play till the last session, till the last delivery. It does not mean that I'm saying that in the last hour you have to finish the game, but just play according to the plannings. I think that 2 or 3 runs in an over, I think you will be fine.
Definitely.
And you'll be finishing game in a good manner.
Absolutely. Talking about more things happening in cricket, of course, we want Pakistan to do well tomorrow. They're going to be coming out with 7 wickets in hand, 120 needed. We hope that they win, inshallah. Now, talking about more stuff from international cricket, Ben Stokes has announced his retirement from one-day international cricket. We've got a report on that. Let's take a look and then I'll come back.
England's talismanic all-rounder Ben Stokes has shocked the cricketing world by announcing his retirement from the one-day internationals. The game against South Africa will be Ben Stokes' final one-day international in an England shirt, the all-rounder has announced. The 31-year-old, who recently took over as England's Test captain, revealed that playing all 3 formats of the game was unsustainable for him given his body and the hectic schedule, and that he will now instead focus his energy on Tests and T20s. Stokes made his one-day international debut against Ireland in Dublin 2011 and has gone on to score 2,919 runs, including 300s at an average of 39.44 with a 95-plus strike rate, as well as claimed 74 wickets. He has played 104 one-day internationals so far, the most famous one being the 2019 World Cup final at Lord's, and was declared player of the match for his contribution. He was one of the most exciting players of his era and indeed a superstar in every format, as hailed by ECB interim chief executive Claire Corner.
There you have it, Ben Stokes saying goodbye to one international cricket at the age of 31. Not more than that, he just believes that it's done and dusted for him as far as the frequency of cricket is concerned. Colonel Saab, as far as his career is concerned, of course, your comments, but then again, even Nasir Hussain mentioned that he was very disappointed, a player retiring at 31. Stokes mentioned a very important point that the ICC tournaments and then back-to-back series schedules are too much of a workload. This scheduling right now, the frequency of cricket has become a huge debate, sir.
Initially, it used to be one format, that's Test cricket. It followed up, added with the ODI and after T20. When 3 formats has come, some players who are really good, they are overworked. And I think Ben Stokes is one of those who has been overworked by the England cricket authorities. I mean, I think the decision of retirement of a cricketer, particularly cricketer, is personal. I mean, he has to look on from his family point of view, look at his fitness point of view, look at other circumstances, and the usefulness in the team as well, and then he decides. Probably Nasir Hussain may have said the 31 is the age, but Ben Stokes might be thinking something different. So whatever decision Ben Stokes is taken for himself, is taken for his own interest. But otherwise, from the cricketing point of view, from the English public point of view, it was a disappointment for everybody else. Disappointment for a cricketer who was doing so well, who was bringing so many things for the English cricket. An exciting player, exciting captain, and I think if people will miss him, certainly will miss him at this age, but he will be available in the test matches and ODI.
Definitely. Colonel Saab, thank you very much, sir, for joining us on Sports Extra. Right, Asif, your thoughts? I mean, scheduling is, of course, a big concern for players. A lot of factors are now involved, but I always believe that a player should have this right to take his decision. It should be respected. If he believes that his performance or his body is not living up to the challenges and the situation, he might as well call it.
That's right, but I'm not happy with his decision. I want to see him at least till the next World Cup of 50 overs, and in the next year in India. And Nasir Hussain rightly said that a player in the age of 31, and if you see his record, only 104 or 5 matches, his average is fantastic, and strike rate is, it's phenomenal. And the winner of 2019 World Cup, he was the key factor of England side. Do remember that, if you do remember his innings, and he played till the last delivery. And what a player he is with the white ball cricket. But on the other side, if you see that, he wants to concentrate on red ball cricket, the importance of the red ball cricket. If you see the ODI series and the numbers of games, T20 leagues and each and everything, and that's why a player who wants to concentrate just on the red ball cricket has been phenomenal, and it's a really great thought for his country. It's not happening anywhere. But
one thing is there in that culture. We always talk about that English cricketers always know when it's time to give other players a chance. Owen Morgan has done it at a very critical moment. He could have played the next World Cup in those conditions, would have been phenomenal. He said, no, my form is not there. Ben Stokes, in his statement, there was a very important point which he mentioned. He said, I do not want to take the place of any other player who would not be included because of me. I want somebody else to take that position and do their stuff for England cricket. That is something that we need to learn, frequently from.
Rightly said, but do you really think we are still considering that Shoaib Malik will be the part of upcoming T20 World Cup?
He will be.
Yes, still discussion is going on. And in England, you've named Ian Morgan, and right now Ben Stokes. I think you got character. It's a brave decision. Right before the World Cup, you're telling your country, no more, I'm no more there. Please bring up new talent, and I'm going to focus on red ball cricket. It's a huge decision, and it requires some ethics, it requires some braveness, and it requires that you're thinking for not only for yourself, you're thinking for your country. So this habit right now in Pakistan, we can't see. Yes, might be we'll be learning from them. Might be we'll be learning, but if we are learning, it's good for Pakistan cricket.
Absolutely. We play county cricket a lot there, so maybe we can learn not just the conditions, but some of the ethics going around in cricket as well. But it's not just that. Over the world, like I said, the West Indies, certain players have also retired. Dinesh Ramdeen, Lendl Simmons, a complete generation of West Indian cricketers is retiring. So this is bound to happen in cricket.
And before them, Karen Pollard has said that, thank you very much, goodbye now. And Chris Gayle, after a long time, but see, even then they announced that we are going. But in Pakistan,
we have to announce
Yes, you have to announce you're no more in Pakistan cricket.
Definitely.
So this is the difference. Once again, West Indies even right before the World Cup, if their major players are not there, they're bringing some youngsters. So why we're not thinking that we should go with the youngsters? And one thing people are really talking about, that Babar Azam needs to take some brave decisions. And we appreciate that the way he's leading the team. I'm not criticizing, but still we want to take him some brave decisions we have seen in the international cricket.
Definitely. That's what we expect from a captain and a leader as well. Asif, thank you very much for joining us on Sports Extra. That, of course, wraps up our segments. But before we go, we need to tell you about some important news regarding the Commonwealth Games as well, where Pakistan contingent is also all set to participate. And when you talk about these Commonwealth Games 2022 in Birmingham, of course, all the hype is there. The Pakistan contingent is going to be a full-strength squad, which has been announced for the Commonwealth Games and Islamic Games. Badminton team has been re-included. The contingent will be departing for the UK on the 23rd of this month. Of course, it's not just cricket, many other games that will be part of this Commonwealth Games as well. So all the best to the Pakistani contingent that is flying on the 23rd of this month. That's the edition of Sports Extra from me and the entire team. It's goodbye for now.